Well, then someone's going to have to give me a beat.
All right. Welcome back to Legends of Pregame. Sean.
Coming to you live from Orlando with the Legends of Pregame. Enjoy the show. I am really bad and should stop doing this. Never ask a woman to show you her
Cup Poodle. Hey, welcome back to Legends of Pregame. I'm Ryan.
I'm Charlie.
Hey, oh yeah, I'm Sean.
And that's Chloe.
And that's
Chloe's
Chloe the
in the
dog.
background. Yes. And
Good
today's legend, fellas, what is it?
Football.
Football.
Yeah.
Legend of American football.
American football.
Gotta
Oh, you're ready
clarify.
for some legends.
Yeah.
football.
Copyright distinct enough.
Yeah.
Difference.
Yes. Oh no, there are plenty of other leagues besides the NFL, and as much as I am an NFL fan, there are plenty of other football leagues that have come and gone, and have been amazing in their own terrible and great ways.
Because it wouldn't be funny if they weren't failures.
Yeah.
That's basically how we've made careers.
Right?
We're not just going to do the story of the NFL, which
No,
is
no.
super successful.
Yeah, it would just be like,
Yeah.
there was a bunch of teams that did well, and then they're the highest paid sports league in the planet.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear riches to riches.
No,
The Jeff Bezos story.
he only got a $400,000 loan from his dad that he didn't have to pay back. I mean, he had a garage.
To be fair, if you gave me $400,000 as a loan that I don't have to pay back, I wouldn't be Jeff Bezos.
No, I wouldn't turn it into
No.
200 billion.
Yeah.
No, but I would have a good weekend
Exactly.
One good weekend.
and an affordable condo.
I'd have a moderate home.
I have a sick 2-bed. Can you believe they cleaned the pool?
Lived there for a month. It was great.
It was
and then I
awesome.
lost all the money.
Mhm.
I did not start an online bookstore.
I forgot to pay the taxes on it. That was the real piece.
That's
Oh.
what got me.
So now I owe money
Mhm.
from before. It's
Yeah.
the whole thing.
It's like lottery winning.
Hurricane season rolled around. Who
Forgot
knew you needed insurance?
well, they don't tell you need that separate insurance. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So now with the Legends of Football, until you guys started bringing it up, I didn't realize how many failed leagues there's
So
been.
many. It's
Oh, yeah.
yearly. It is.
Yeah.
It's so many, and everybody will know the big ones like the XFL, which is
Right.
coming back again,
Yeah.
third time is a charm. Maybe
Mhm.
we'll see. Thanks to The Rock.
Yeah. And is it him and his ex-wife?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's amazing because he talked about this. This is so funny. When he purchased it with his business partner,
Yeah.
he talked about it like he's like this amazing entrepreneur, blah blah blah. Never mentioned that they used to be married.
No.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if it was bought with your ex? Like if you bought something with your ex, and it would
Yeah.
just be like,
No,
Wow.
I bought a dog with my ex, and I let that dog go by because it wasn't worth it.
Wow.
She was like, "We could share custody of this dog," and I'm like, "But that means I have to deal with you for the next 10
Yeah.
years." No.
Did you have a dog of your own at the time?
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, there you go.
yeah, you just
So
kept
it's not
yours.
like-
She kept hers.
it's like a step dog.
Right.
$3,000 stepdog.
So the only thing I know how to do with a step dog, I drank a lot and I threatened to hit it a lot. Like that's
Never actually hit it though. Never actually.
Never
hit it.
actually. It's all about the
Not
in
one-
my,
Go ahead.
in my experience with stepdads, they never actually do it.
But the
Until they
intimidation.
Let me tell you, not one cigarette was put out of that dog.
No, not one.
My God. Oh, poor stepdog. I'm sorry for stepdogs out
Yeah.
there.
So to go into business with your ex-wife, I mean, you have to have some kind of good relationship.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can fall out of love and then just be like, well, she's still cool.
Well, I think more so. This is already taking a much deeper
yeah.
route than I
Yeah.
thought it would.
way more emotional. For
And let's
sure.
talk football. You know, sometimes when two people still respect each other, but they just feel they've drifted.
Yeah, they don't see eye to eye
Yeah,
on
yeah.
everything.
Kind of like Vince McMahon and the XFL.
I feel like they're at home and he's like making dinner and she's like, "What are you making?" She's like, "Can you smell what the Rock is cooking?" It's clearly spaghetti, bitch. Damn.
Well, so I like that so if they're business partners, are they going in 50-50?
Well, I would say thirds because he's also The Rock and Dwayne Johnson.
And Dwayne
Yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah.
So then wife would be third.
Well, so it's actually
Or ex-wife.
it's actually quarters because he's also Rocky Maivia.
Oh, of course. forgot the way.
That was a wrestling deep
Yeah.
dive for you.
Jesus.
Deep cut.
Oh,
Now let me ask you this though. XFL coming back for a third time. Good idea.
honestly, I think the reason why it failed last time was because of COVID.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like it was going strong. People were watching.
right.
Go Battlehawks, you know?
I think the league was actually going well.
Yeah.
All considering the second time around, they had some players that you might have heard of.
Yeah.
The league was kind of popular. It was a more realistic approach than the first time.
Yeah. It wasn't wrestling football.
Yeah.
Like the first time they were injuring people with not kicking the ball off, just having a scrum in the middle of the field
Right. Hey,
and being like, whoever gets it gets the ball first.
they were
Now run your heads into each other. Just do it.
that's great. Like
what?
this wild mesh of like football and dodgeball.
Yeah.
Just sprint for the
Or like Vince McMahon in the first iteration, he was like, all right, I want the players to have sex with the cheerleaders. And you're like, you can't just say that.
What?
Like he was like, yeah, I want
Man, 2001 was wild.
it was great.
We
In
were
its
out
own
of the
way.
90s, but we hadn't left it in our shadow. You know?
We still had like I mean, they even did the thing with making up your own name, like He Hate Me and like the Grinch or whatever. I don't know the other ones, but like some of those guys made it to the NFL.
Yeah.
And I think that the third iteration of the XFL, I don't think they're going to go crazy outside the box, but they'll have like, it'll be decent enough football
Right.
with decent enough coaching during spring and summer,
Yeah.
rather than going straight up against it. Whereas like, yeah, we're doing September through January.
I
It's
think
like,
that's the
we'll
big
take
difference.
February.
I think that's the big difference is like you can't say you're competing with the NFL because they have all the good players.
Yes.
Right.
they
So
have
you're not
every,
competing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is no other league for football that
Yeah.
is comparable.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know,
just gonna start going on social media. I'm competing with Bill Burr now. It just
Well,
I'm taking your spot, Bill.
like for soccer,
Yeah.
there's like Premier League and Liga, all the different leagues throughout Europe
Right.
that are comparable, and players will go between.
Mhm.
I mean, some people will say, "Oh, this league is better simply because of bias,"
Right.
you know, and some of them will be right. But for football, there is no other
No.
league that is anywhere near it.
No, and there can't be. There can't be because like in order to build to that level, you need first of all unbelievable funding
Yeah,
because this thing has been getting outrageous TV deals for years now,
years
and the deals just keep getting higher and higher because
billions,
the-
trillions.
people only watch like TV for like four things now, and
Yeah.
it's pretty much mostly sporting events.
Yeah.
You know,
and they have Sundays locked up from
Yeah.
1:00 until midnight. There is football
Yeah.
somewhere being played.
Yeah.
And then they'll even do, like morning games when it's over in England.
right?
And it's like, oh, well, we got a 9:00 game. Man, the last time I saw a 9:00 game, I got so shit faced. I started, it was with me and Steven, and we were just drinking like Irish coffees in the morning for
I
the
love
first game. We're like, all right, we need breakfast.
I gotta tell you, man,
Oh, man.
that was one of the joys of living in LA for a bit.
Yeah.
When you're there for the 10 a.m. starts every
Yeah.
week, oh, it's incredible, man. I
And-
used to go over to buddy's house. They had six TVs,
Oh.
and we just go over and drinking Coors at 10 a.m. like delinquents.
The NFL package, though, that is so insane. Like for bars to have it,
Yeah,
it's like thousands of dollars.
yeah. It's honestly one of the biggest packages I've ever seen. It's
It,
got to be at least 12 inches.
huge package. And they have it like DirecTV is the only one that has it. Now there's like Football or Dosh or whatever.
Oh, Fubo,
Fubo, yeah.
Yeah.
They have some others that are coming out of the woodwork. that-
DAZN, boxing.
yeah, and I think DAZN in Europe you can actually get NFL games.
Well, they
Oh,
have an
interesting.
Italian version of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Calzone. There's a bar over here by my house that's a football European football bar, and it opens at 6 a.m. Like here in Altamont Springs.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it
is
seems like
that St. Andrews or?
No, I think they probably do too. But no,
Yeah.
this is like one, and they're specifically like marketing themselves as a soccer bar.
Well,
And it's interesting. But okay, so I a couple things I didn't know about the NFL or the XFL. I forgot that their names that they picked are on their jersey.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that would work today.
no.
Were there some questionable names?
I bet they had to get him. There was obviously He Hate Me.
Yeah.
That was
People remember
Rod
him because
Smart,
and he went into the NFL.
So wait,
Dirty Durden,
Dirty Durden.
Chuck Wagon, Tater.
Oh, so they were Tater. Hey, believe it or not, Tater didn't go big. Didn't go to the NFL.
You know.
Well, his name makes sense because his name is Mark Tate, I guess. But I only think of that Ron White joke.
Yeah. They call him Tater Salad.
There's a guy named Death Blow.
Death Blow.
Yeah,
He was going like American Gladiators with
Yeah.
that one.
man.
Is that? I thought that's where you give someone a blow job, and right as they're coming, you blow back.
The cheeks go out.
It clogs it all up. Yeah.
Yeah.
This name sounds like a cool name until you think
Your
about
balls
it.
explode.
Death Blow.
You know what? That's so funny.
How did you get it back in?
What?
So well?
I swear to God, when I was like 14 or 15, a guy told me, you know, if someone's giving you a blowjob and they blow back, so as you're coming, they blow.
Mhm.
It can kill you.
What is that like swallowing a watermelon seed? Like what
If
sort
they
of
blow
myth
the
is this?
semen back, it's like
Oh.
I don't know. It's shooting at 22 miles an hour from what I read. So how would you need to have a good old chin on you to blow it?
Hold on.
Yeah, like,
There's no way.
like a trumpeter's
There's no
breath.
way it goes at 22 miles an hour.
Well, it's
Have you seen it shoot?
It's viscous.
Yeah, once or twice.
Never.
But 22
Listen,
miles an hour.
Maybe in your teenage years, maybe it slows down to like a cool 5 miles an hour as you get older.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all,
Your semen goes as fast as you.
how's that not a sport, by the way?
I think there's pretty obvious reasons.
Wait, you
why
mean
semen
the
shooting
quick
is
load?
not-
Yeah, like the launching. Like we make a lot of bodily fluids that we could do sports stuff with.
I mean,
Maybe radio only.
No, but like you don't have
and down the stretch they come.
do it Japanese porn style. You blur the genitals.
Yeah, but then
But
it's
then
just
you
like,
have-
"Coo."
You have like urine archery.
Okay, so there is a Guinness Book of Records for longest piss without the stream breaking.
Wow.
Really?
How
Yeah.
long is it?
You know what? Not that long. I think it's only like a minute 20 or something.
That'd be a
But
hell
if you
of
think
a
about
time.
it, like without
That's a while.
without the stream breaking or anything, it's
Well,
got to
and-
be a constant. So
and
if it starts to get to that,
like
yeah,
a
the splutter.
regular pee is like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
20, maybe 25,
Mhm.
give or take.
Longest pee world record. Why is this a thing that Guinness is doing? And
Well,
it
and
should
how
be a
to-
sport.
Yeah.
Like, you should be able to like target shoot and like. pew,
Imagine being the judge, just being like, click, just standing there awkwardly in a bathroom.
I
I
know.
mean, like, is it?
Yeah.
Don't cross the stream.
I'm not looking at your dick.
I'm not looking
I
at you.
swear.
I'm looking at the stream. Stop it.
Look,
Stop making this weird. You wanted this world record.
I am a licensed official.
I came from Guinness headquarters to watch another man pee.
I didn't realize Guinness had this crazy sexy category.
What's the sexy
I
category?
mean, okay. So there's the
Is
longest
urine?
masturbation, where a man went for 9 hours and 58 minutes
Wait, of masturbating or of coming?
masturbating.
Well, I mean, you could do that if you're just like, oh.
So basically, a man who had been on cocaine all night at 7 a.m. decided, let me give this a crack.
and then he like fell asleep. Like,
there was a man named Masanobu Soto from Japan,
uh-huh.
and he went for 9 hours 58 minutes, and he beat the previous world
He
record,
beat it.
He beat the shit out of it.
which was only 28 minutes, but he held that record before.
Wait, but
28 minutes? We've all beaten
Yeah,
that record.
when you can't think of something sexy, no, like when there's nothing to read, your phone that before phones forever.
Yeah.
Or they just ask an old man to try and set the record. He's like, "Urgh."
Yeah.
Like
Japan holds a weird amount of records. They hold the record for world's largest orgy.
How many was it?
250 men and women.
So 500?
At least 250 total.
Oh, okay.
All right, so it's like $1.25 each.
And the whole act was choreographed so that the couples were having sex at the same positions and at the same rhythm.
That's very Japanese.
That's a flash mob.
Yeah. A flesh mob.
A flesh
mob, yeah.
That's a flesh
Wait,
mob.
so they just had a pile of people having sex and being like, all right, now, do. Everybody clap your hands.
Left hand this time.
Stop now.
Slide in her box.
Slide in her ass.
Being that it's Japanese people, I'm picturing it more of a Dance Revolution style situation. There's just loud, bad anime music playing, and
they're doing it to Dragon Force.
Half
It's
of
like,
them.
it's everywhere. Stop.
I think you're coming on my jeans. I really think so. But
getting to the so the longest ejaculation was 18 feet and 9 inches, or 6 meters for you Europeans.
Wow.
And the speed of it, this blows my mind. 42.7 miles an hour.
Man, that's a
Like-
quick release.
That cum would get a ticket in a school zone.
Yes. It'd be like getting hit with a softball.
That cum took out 2 kids on the way.
That cum did not stop for the school bus at all. Double around.
She is pregnant.
She's
Who? Her over there?
She's
Wow.
in the kitchen. Dude,
You ever get pregnant for a different room?
how did and swish? Like, just the accuracy.
Yeah, Kobe.
Goo. What I mean, how does one make more pressure? Like had he just not done anything with himself for a while or with anybody else? Like how angry was he before this?
Or like it got to the point where all he had to do was just like flick it.
Hair trigger. Just,
Like one of those door stops.
Well,
He got it in his own eye.
off the wall.
It was like flubber. Just bouncing around the place.
Like is the Guinness guy? He's doing like exit velocity. Like he's standing there with a radar gun just pointed at his. Like,
He had to be.
don't make this weird. And it's just. Like,
He's clocking it with one of those police guns.
he's got a catcher's mask.
He's got a catcher's mask.
He's giving him signs.
He
Like,
goes,
give him one.
He's
Give him the
just-
one.
just there like-
I need the fastballs.
New world record.
Curveball.
Just wipes his face.
Yeah.
You have the record, my friend.
You gotta bend it like Beckham, bro. You gotta go.
It went like phew, like
Yeah.
like that one movie with
Where they curve the
yeah.
bullets?
Yeah.
Was it called Wanted or something?
yes, and it was with McAvoy. That guy rocks. Hell yeah.
Was J-Lo or someone in that? Or
No.
Who was there was a
The one. God.
the Fantastic Four one. No.
In this movie was Morgan Freeman. Now I'm picturing them coming. Like I can't. It was Angelina Jolie.
There you go. The
There
one.
you go.
And that's the first time I ever saw cum curving.
Andy Dufresne was able to come put a damn hole in the wall. A lot of people thought he dug it.
I'll
Just
tell you.
power blasted it like a pressure washer.
I'll tell you one thing. I dug it.
Climbing through 500 meters of cum. Never felt so free in his life.
How often do you look at a man's jizz?
he's just shaking it out. Like he's walking out in the yard shaking it out every day.
Shaking little bits of jizz every day.
They're all sitting on the roof drinking beers and he's just coming off the building.
Oh, goodness.
This is pretty out there.
This has gone off the rails.
So, what are some other?
Oh well, this is
segments?
now the legend of the Guinness Book of Records.
Yeah. I think that'll be more fun.
That's where we're at.
We stumbled upon it.
So like these Japanese folks are all having sex, and like, is it indoors? Is it outdoors? Is it at a public private residence?
Was that a school? Was that a summer camp? No, I don't know. It doesn't say.
I wasn't sure.
It doesn't say where the orgy took place.
Now, there's versions of the Guinness Book of World Records that, like, you see them and you're like, I could do that. A lot of these records are just because nobody else wants to waste their time.
How many people are like, oh, I balanced eggs on my eyes for 3 seconds?
Yeah,
Man,
I can do that.
I'm gonna do a record.
Yeah. Which one?
Legit. I'm gonna do.
They're more expensive than you think. That's the inhibitive part.
No, so here's a lot of the money is to speed up expedite the deliberation process.
Okay.
So I didn't.
How
pay
much
for
time do you need to be like, oh, he came 42 feet?
No. Did
it go that far?
Well, you need a couple of seconds at least. Viewing time. So you pay more up front to get them to see your claim quicker.
Okay.
Because I guess most people who decide they want to break a Guinness Book of Records, they want to do it pretty immediately.
Sure.
Whereas I decided I wanted to do one during a pandemic. So I had all the time in the world.
What was yours?
Oh, quickest to do a gig in all 50 states.
Okay.
Yeah. The record is 50. I'm gonna do it in 30 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's feasible.
Yeah.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Oh, dude. Do you know what? Do you know what the main reason I wanted to do it in 30 and not like 49 days is just I die if I went out that long. I'm like, I'll do it a month.
No.
I'll give it a month and just do it. I'd rather compress the time and just get it out of the way.
What states are you doing multiples in?
There's a couple.
Well, there's a lot. You can do theoretically, you could do 4 in one night. You could like, okay,
states are small.
So one day
and go into the corner.
Yeah, go like.
Does it have to be at comedy clubs, or can it be?
No, it just has to be venues of 10 people with 10 people or more paid tickets. So it's like you could do like Pensacola, Mobile,
sure.
Biloxi, finish in New Orleans. They're all 50 minutes to an hour and 20 apart. You can do 4 in one day. I have maps with this all like.
See, that's a legitimate. That's a legitimate record. That's like, so you got to work hard. Other people can replicate that.
Not just jizz really far.
Not just jizz really far.
Come on, that's the greatest record of all.
Yeah, it's not like this record by Zach McCall, which is a parrot set the world record for opening most cans in 1 minute.
Oh, come on!
And how many was it?
It wasn't even that impressive. 35 cans.
I thought you were going to say 7 cans.
Wait, a macaw did it?
Yeah.
Wait, a bird opened 35 cans in a minute.
Yes.
What?
That's actually sort of.
That's actually very impressive. Who trained the goddamn bird?
That's the thing. The bird doesn't know it's competing.
And what is this? Is this bird an alcoholic?
Yeah. There's a guy right now who dedicated his life to training a bird. Who's like, that should be my record.
Yeah, it should be the record for guy who trained bird.
It's not
the record for bird training.
Yes. It's not Anthony's record.
The bird,
it's Zach the Macaw's record.
Zach the Macaw can't read,
and he won't shut the fuck up about it.
And he's drunk.
I'm still opening.
The jizz record is my favorite because let's face it, lads, your odds of actually winning, that's a long shot.
Here's a sad world record that I just learned about. So Bernie Baker holds the title of being the oldest male stripper in 2002 when he was 60 years old. He got in shape after recovering from prostate cancer, and Guinness labeled him as the oldest male stripper.
He started at 60?
Started at 60. Yes. So
you should have seen me dad at my sister's wedding. 62.
So he got in shape.
Some bird kept on giving him beers.
Yeah. But that doesn't even seem that old. There's got to be like an older lady somewhere.
There has to be an old man who's like 69, nice, and then he just takes his clothes off, and that's the oldest guy.
Well, because what you have to do, just be hired for someone will hire an old man for a joke.
Yeah.
You know, like there's that
Have you
strip club
seen
in Atlanta. Do you know that strip club in Atlanta?
The
What's it called? Claremont Lounge.
Claremont Lounge.
Yeah,
yes.
where apparently it's
Yes.
just their gimmick is
novelty.
it's just old
Yeah,
strippers.
It's novelty items.
There's the one who crushes
Small
cans
ones,
with her
Large
boobies.
ones. Yeah.
Oh, they're not boobies at that age.
No. And I mean, she has like a wheelbarrow for them. Like it must be uncomfortable because they're not her. They're unnatural.
Yeah, she's at home like, what are you doing over there with that wheelbarrow? Just getting ready for work.
Could you do some of the weeds of the garden?
There's not enough room in this wheelbarrow. There's so much tits.
But it's sad because this stripper man who got in shape from having prostate cancer gets shaped 6 years later, dead from that prostate cancer.
Wait, so when you say got in shape, you mean he had prostate cancer the whole time? So he didn't get in shape as much as he lost weight from cancer?
But it made him hotter. He was making more money to the point where he didn't want to get the cure again.
Fucking hot cancer summer.
Jesus Christ.
You say that, but my buddy wants to get COVID again because last time he lost 16 pounds and he was like, it was super easy.
Is he a high school girl? Jesus.
No, he's an overweight dude.
He lost 16 pounds with COVID. That's great. They don't tell you about the positives.
No.
Well,
This goddamn liberal media.
When you can't taste things that are good, you stop eating it.
When all you do is sweat and lie down, you lose weight.
Okay, so here's a world record. In 1993, the Bennington Group, a clothes firm, fitted a giant 72-foot condom over an obelisk in Paris, France to mark World AIDS Day.
Now, question number one.
Mm-hmm.
What's an obelisk?
It's like if you pictured what it's like a fancy dick.
Yeah.
Like
the Washington
it's-
Monuments.
yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's a very phallic dick symbol.
So a dick-looking building.
Yeah, a very penisy building.
A Jeff Bezos rocket of a building.
But
More
most
like blue origin.
most obelisks are uncircumcised.
Yeah, this one it's a giant pink one, and it's made of fabric, so I don't think it actually counts as a condom.
Well, I mean, lambskin is out there. I don't really understand the point of lambskin condoms.
Right.
Is it just so you're like,
If you're allergic to latex.
Yeah.
yeah, but you can still get pregnant.
That
for
would
them.
make me so mad if I was a sheep.
Yeah.
You're gonna kill me, and then you're gonna use me to fuck people with.
You're gonna turn me and
Is that a threesome? A threesome for necrophiliacs?
It's technically both necrophilia and bestiality and regular sex at the same time.
Oh.
If I see you buying a sheepskin condom, I'm gonna call you out and be like, bestiality.
the sheep's like, fuck you.
I got that pun.
Hey, hey,
Now let me ram it into you.
out of
So
I'm
they
not gonna
just
do
made. Don't be sheepish.
Don't be sheepish.
So they just covered this obelisk with fabric, and they're like, "It's a condom."
It's a condom.
Yeah.
Boo.
No, unless they use that giant pink obelisk to then fuck another statue. It's not a condom.
They were gonna do it legit, but they didn't want the obelisk to end up slimy.
Yeah, exactly.
You always wonder what's under the statue, under the Statue of Liberty.
Slime.
Fucking obelisk. she's not standing.
The Statue of Liberty.
Liberty spot. But no, I don't think it counts unless they hold it open and somebody walks in and just beats it into the condom. It's not a condom.
How did they put it on?
From the tip.
Not my question.
Well, I'm sure they didn't want to, but then they were real persistent that you gotta put it on, and it's like, oh man, it just doesn't feel the same.
Do we have to? They're two guys over it. There's two helicopters just like, are we sure about that? Come on.
Yeah.
But I'm cool. I'm cool.
The building will feel better without it.
You're on giant birth control, right?
I haven't been with that many people.
I've been with
Other
other
buildings.
Yeah, I fucked the Louvre the other day. Like, the Louvre is clean.
With the Eiffel Tower.
It's
The
not
Eiffel
like-
Tower.
It's not like that slut, the Arc of France.
Oh, the Arc de Triomphe. Oh, that thing's getting spit
That
roasted.
thing's getting
The
left,
Louvre.
in, out, left,
The
right.
Louvre, as I call her, the lube.
So yeah, that's a world record for world's biggest. But again, somebody else could just do this. They're just not being done because stupid.
Well,
Yeah.
I think it's that if we tried to do it to the Washington Monument, like the Christian right would be like, we don't wear condoms in America. Don't put that on America's penis.
Yeah, or if it, what if it, because that's a little
rips,
pointy.
yeah.
What if it rips at the top?
We get some other country pregnant,
Yeah.
and we're still wearing a condom. Oh,
Next thing you go, we got American France baby, and we're not coming to visit anytime
Do
soon.
you hear about how the Washington Monument caught herpes? I told it to stay away from the pyramids.
the top of the Washington Monument just a green liquid.
Oh.
Oh, nasty. So, but
They thought it was moss.
Washington's very uncomfortable.
Don't
right
worry, Washington Monument. Just take a tablet. You'll be fine.
But okay, so here's a fun one. That this seems totally possible because we have access to all the things.
now. Mhm.
Do you know what the world record for stacking M&Ms on top of each other is?
5.
One.
One M&M. No one's ever tried
That's
it.
it. The real Slim Shady.
No, you're dead on. It's 5.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Hell
So
yeah!
all we got to do is get 6 M&Ms to stack on top of each other.
You know,
World record holder.
Dude, we got to start showing up here with M&Ms.
Now, the interesting thing about the shape of an M&M, it is the most efficient shape to fill a sphere.
That's not true. My
But it-
dick.
I don't want to see your dick.
How are you
Again.
filling a sphere?
We've got super blue, so it's like I can't help it
Yeah.
sometimes.
I'm getting flashbacks of all those times I've seen your dick.
It's very
And I was like,
spherical.
By the way, seen your dick, Mexican porn star.
Senor Dick. Senor Dick.
I want to do a prank call. Who's Senor Dick?
Hold on, Senor Dick.
Yeah, Senor Dick too. Oh, okay, got him. All right, easy world record. What do you think the world record for having the most spoons attached to your body is?
How are they
It's
attached?
just like, you know how spoons like sort of stick
Oh,
to
you're
you?
doing the nose type thing? Like when you put a spoon on your nose.
Okay.
Okay. So not like attached with like.
Can you be lying down?
Yeah,
No,
'cause
he's,
that's
he's standing while he's
Standing.
doing it. Yeah.
14 spoons.
3?
3. It's 79. 79 spoons.
Where's he put? Is he like outstretched?
If you-
Yeah, I'm sure he
I
can.
need to
Yeah.
set up the TV so you guys can see what I'm seeing because I'm putting him on the screen. But there's he's just standing up. He looks very Russian, and these other very Russian dudes are sticking spoons to him as well.
Is he like
Most-
Chernobyl, like magnetized?
Feels a little bit that way. He's
Oleg, hold still.
but so like there's just dumb ones like that. But like then there's the world records that like everybody thinks of, which
Sure.
is long fingernails.
Yeah, the guy
arm
with
up
the,
in the air.
his
Right.
his hand is so gross. They cut his fingernails. They cut the guy with the fingernails.
Did they?
Yeah. And
Who's
his-
they?
The
The man wouldn't let him live
You
his
can't
life.
be doing this, you hippie.
That is gross. It's so funny. As soon as you brought that up, I pictured the visual. I can remember seeing the
yeah, the circly, and then
and the
mean,
yellow.
and it probably stunk so bad. Like
oh God, yeah.
like
Let's face it. He's not meticulously cleaning those things.
when you have a thick nail, like it was thick.
Yeah.
It's like ugh.
Oh,
if you
yeah,
got
it
it-
looks like finger dreadlocks.
Yeah.
If you got at that thing with a clipper, someone's losing an eye.
Oh, dude, the way they took it off was with like an angle grinder. It was and then
Back
like,
stretch out.
he like back stretcher. He like had his hand was like crippled because he had been holding his fingernails for years, like 50 years.
God.
So he just has this mangled little thing, and it was like,
It's not worth it.
no. And just so you can be like, oh, that's the guy with the gross ass fingernails.
Yeah.
Do you get paid every year for that? No.
I bet he just sets up at a place and like people like throw money.
Like Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Yeah, I've been to the one in St. Augustine, and they had like the sword swallower guy there.
Is he just hanging out? Like,
No, so I was there. A couple of like, it was like an event, and some of the like weird people were invited. People with the weird records.
the oddities?
Had the oddities. Yeah.
Mm.
So they were just hanging out?
Yeah, the queer fellas.
At a Ripley, believe it or not, in St. Augustine. Okay.
Yeah.
I went to the Ripley's in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Ripley's Believe It or Nazi. And it's
It's unbelievable.
it's very crazy.
You should see these things.
Sometimes I just want to get the bad jokes out. It feels like I'm purging. You know?
So are they.
I like your bad jokes.
Thank you.
That was
They
terrible.
break up the flow with the funny ones.
We don't want to crush it too hard
Listen.
the whole time.
It can't be all rise. You need a lull every time. Or as we call it, well, Ryan interjects.
There's no evil without good. Wait, so what other interesting ones are there?
Well, they get a little strange. Like some of you got natural talents. It's just like, girl with the longest legs. 60% of her body is her legs.
Wow, that would be crazy.
That's straight. That's like those little the vagina model.
Wait,
from Family Guy.
What is 60% legs a lot?
It's the world record. So I'm gonna
yeah.
say
No, but maybe she's like 7 feet tall, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Get around, have a look.
all right, but she doesn't seem to be like. Okay, well, that's an odd angle.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's a lot of leg. That's a lot of leg. She got lyrics.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a lot of legs right there.
Yeah.
But I like that Ryan opened that by saying some of these have like special talents, and then he was like, "One lady has really long legs. She worked really hard to get those really long legs.
Yeah.
What a talented lady with her long legs."
She's been practicing being long-legged. Does she hang upside down?
Yeah. She does one of those. She's on one of those stretching machines. she's like William Wallace at the end of Braveheart.
Drawn and quartered.
Just being stretched out.
So is she just like,
it'll be worth it.
holding onto a napkin with flowers in it? Imagine putting
Back
her
in
legs
her
over her shoulders. Holy shit. She's kicking the ass.
How tall is she?
4'7".
She's 6'10".
6'10".
Creepers.
It's so funny that like standing upright, there are guys who aren't even like wouldn't even medically be like little people that still probably couldn't reach her.
Yeah. Fingering her.
Like you're calling for a waiter.
Trying to reach for a light.
Put another one in. I can't. This is
Mama tiptoes, babe. Mama tiptoes.
This is the longest finger I have, and it's the only one that can reach it.
Oh, so blue. So blue.
You got some other fun ones there, Ryan?
I do. So she's just natural. She got big old legs.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a guy who set the world record for spinning a basketball on a toothbrush for the longest amount of time.
Okay.
Right. Well, that feels like he just picked an obscure, like there's somebody who's done it longer on a chopstick or a drumstick, but this guy went toothbrush.
Separate events.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah, you just pick two objects. Anybody could do that.
Right.
Like I feel like I'm like, it's a baseball on a spatula. I win.
Yeah. Dude, I have the world record for holding a tennis ball between my neck and shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Did it for 48 years.
I don't know. So they can be extreme. Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like your world record, good world record.
Right.
Charlie, you ever had one you wanted to do?
No.
I mean, I'd like that. I would like to have the shoot and jizz one.
Oh, I mean, if I could, I would.
Who wouldn't want that?
Yeah, but with that one, I'm wondering how he built up pressure.
Right.
How angsty.
I tried to find the answer to that, and it was it was harder to find than I thought.
Just like he was.
I imagine there's a way to do it. You know,
to what?
To build up enough. Like if you,
yeah.
I mean, obviously,
I've never tried to not go. You know? But
Obviously,
I feel like
he's just the king of edging.
If you could get muscle control,
king of the edgelords.
There's no
right. He's just like, oh, stop.
Yeah. He's walking around for a few days, just shaking violently like a boiling pot of water.
It's like, don't touch me.
He blows through his pants. No, get it.
He's like, it's gonna be gusty out today. Better stay indoors.
I don't want any nice smelling women near me.
If that wind hits me.
Yeah, no, that. I guess that's a good.
Aren't we glad they exist, though? The Guinness Book of Records, not guys who can come far.
You know what? I'm glad both exist.
Because if one didn't exist, we wouldn't know about the other.
It's kind of a chicken or an egg situation. Like,
I honestly hope
which came first.
I honestly hope that it's just annoyingly fast that he's able to do it too. So his wife, he's like, yeah, I got the world record for the longest. She's like, yeah, and he does it in 30 seconds.
Yeah,
it's just
it's like a male lion. It's just awful.
Yeah, is there a record for premature ejaculation? Because we need to get you that one too, sweetheart.
Yeah, Dave.
Now,
come on.
The lady who holds the world record for longest fingernails, which by the way is smaller than the dude who had to end up cutting him off. She looks like she's just having fun.
No. That is weird.
She looks like an X-Men villain,
dude. It does. One hand, it looks like she can whip people with it.
Yeah. So if you saw her, I imagine if I saw this lady, I'm asking for a photo.
Yeah.
Right. But if she put her hand around me, then how do you get anything done?
None.
I will say,
How?
with her, maybe you'd ask for a photo.
She could work at the DMV.
With the guy, you're asking for the authorities. You see that guy out in the wild?
Wait, with his claw or the jizzing guy?
I know he's not. No, the
claw man,
nail guy. You're like, I know that technically he might not be doing anything illegal right now, but this feels wrong.
And he also would put it in a bag, so it looked like he had a ventriloquist dummy.
No way.
in a Taliban ventriloquist dummy. He's torturing it, so because it would break. He just has this big old.
Oh,
gross!
Oh, that's disgusting.
I bet I can smell that picture.
That man, that man has 5 rattlesnakes coming out.
It looks like his fingers are shitting. That's
God damn.
Or it's like that snake firework.
Yeah,
4th of July.
That sucks.
And this still sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, ugh. God,
and it's just one hand.
And then there's the one. See that plate on the side there?
One?
That's his thumbnail.
Because I bet he started and he started curling it up just for the sake of convenience. But
how do you curl up your fingers? How do you curl up your fingernails?
If my nail grew, I feel like I could twist it.
Maybe
slowly.
over time.
Why didn't he do it for the rest of them?
There's no way he can twist that because the part that he'd be twisting is so far away from him. He hasn't seen that part of his fingernail in years.
I know. Right now it's all laid out nice on a blanket, but
very nice on a blanket. That's
he doesn't. That guy doesn't travel. Look at him.
That guy can't get on a plane.
That's right. The world.
That guy looks like Spirit Airlines.
That guy.
They charged him bag fees for that thing.
That guy is the only guy of that complexion that TSA wouldn't stop because they think he's a terrorist. They'd just be like, look, we know you're not a terrorist, but dear God, this fingernail disgusting shit, you're not getting on a plane.
But the thing about it is, too, is there are people who are in contention for being the longest, and they're not the longest. They've just got to be shitty. For their their life is just shit, and they're like, oh, do you have the longest fingernails? And then people are like, no.
That guy's fingernails look like a harp.
I'm waiting until Naresh dies.
That's weird.
Oh yeah, it looks like a hipster's gonna play that while drinking an IPA.
If that guy got on a plane, they'd be like, "So you want an aisle seat?" He'd be like, "No, I need an aisle. I need the aisle for my fingernails. It's the only place they can go."
How does he do stuff? I mean, I'm sure that they have like their ways, and you get used to it.
It's disgusting that there's so much competition for longest fingernails.
And like from having fingernails that are like too grown out sometimes, just sucks.
Where are all the men of honor going for longest jizz shot?
Well, I think after you say 18 feet, it's like,
we're losing a lot of people to like beard challenges. That's what we focus on here. Is these zany beard challenges, longest beard.
Yeah. Beard competitions are a big deal.
Yes, and we like Scott. We know he's
number one
best beard, but it wasn't for beard length. It was just for like a stylized beard, right?
It was for best beard.
Yeah,
it was like show
overall.
dog. Yes, overall, world's best beard.
Those best beard, like those guys.
It was heavy. It was big.
It was big, and it was also like really cool looking. They do all these cool swirls and different designs and stuff with their beard. It's impressive.
It is, but the impressive part is just like dealing with it.
Sleeping.
Yeah. It's not athletic prowess. It's just like, can you deal with this annoying thing? So that was the world record holder for longest beard. It's a crazy old man.
He's wearing it over his shoulder. I love it.
Like a continental soldier does your beard. Yeah,
that's.
I don't know. He apparently
that's a dreadlock at the end.
This is going to be a really weird video because I'm like, oh.
I know. Next time I'll set it over here so you guys don't have to turn.
All right, so let's go. Have you got anything in relation to sporting world records there?
Now, sport world records for me, like this makes no sense. I find them boring. Even though that it's the most athletic thing you can do.
What aspect is boring?
It's just like when they get the fastest swimming record.
No, that's all boring. I mean, like there was a record for like
check out the episode Legends of the Olympics.
Yeah. like keeping a soccer ball up, keepy uppy they call it. So you basically
keepy uppy.
Yeah, that's what they call it. So you just like keep tipping the ball on your foot, and don't let it touch the ground.
Yeah,
I believe the world record holder for that at one point was Ronaldo's wife. Not current Ronaldo, not Cristiano Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo, the guy who got real fat after a while, but was the best player in the world at one point. His wife had it. And what's crazy about that record is like, it might have been like 10 hours. You got to shit, you got to piss. You're sitting down and keeping that ball going on your foot. It's incredible.
Just taking a dump.
The dedication.
Okay, so I found some. There's world's long, and this one it feels bad, and it feels like no one should do this. But the farthest wheelchair ramp jump, which is surprisingly shorter than I.
How far is it?
It's only 70 feet.
Only 70 feet. Only 70 feet.
Here's my question.
You just said it's kind of short. A man in a wheelchair or a woman in a wheelchair rocketed 70 feet. Yeah, because no woman is stupid enough to try this
we're
shit.
The dumb ones.
Yeah. So this man just blasted 70 feet, and you're like, it's not that far.
Here's a question that I don't think...
That's so far.
No, here's a question that I feel needs asking. Was it a wheelchair-bound gentleman? Or was it just a guy who decided to...
If it's a dude who can walk, you're a dick.
Yeah, that's shit. Yeah,
he's in a wheelchair.
Okay. Yes.
No, because, like, think about it. Jackass would try this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see this in a shopping cart now.
Yeah.
But could you imagine, like, you're fully able to walk and
you just stand up after landing? It's like, woo! Fuck that guy.
Stand up and
Fuck
celebrate.
You.
Does the record not stand if you're able to walk?
Only if like you can't walk afterwards. Is that okay?
Well, like in some of the Paralympic events, like the murder ball or like the wheelchair rugby, some of the athletes can still stand.
Right.
They just are like not fully.
They got dumb limbs.
That's one way to say it.
I'm gonna assume that's some kind of Irish colloquialism.
Yeah, that is an Irish colloquialism. We were like, no, but
like a cat and a badger on the motorway.
Exactly. Yeah, I know you're trying to fucking say it right there.
It's actually a compliment to my home country. It's a miracle I'm this well spoken.
Cat and badger on the freeway. Yep. Yeah, but some of them could stand. And like people freaked out because they were standing up and like holding their chairs up at the end. It's like, well, I
like to think that like a Paralympic protest for like the national anthem is they stand instead. Like they go the opposite route because you got to show how to protest.
And nobody and nobody disputes it because they're like, it's America.
What are these assholes standing? Don't they have any country pride? They're standing. Jesus Christ. What a fucking that one's gonna suck.
See, I think Guinness has just gone mad with power and money at this point because they just allow anything. If there's a fastest 100-meter hurdle, which sounds appropriate so far,
right?
Then if you add the final part, which is while wearing swim fins.
Swim fins?
Of course.
Yeah, like
of course.
And it's held by a man from Germany in 2008 and did a 100-meter hurdle and 15 was still impressive though.
Wait, what's the regular hurdle? Like what's the
probably
regular...
like 11 or 12?
And he did it in 15 wearing fins. Hey,
listen.
I mean,
but then I can do this too because I can be like, okay, I'm gonna do like
it probably look like an asshole though.
Fastest, slide down a mountain while wearing Crocs. Like
guys, we all knew it would come to this.
Yeah.
Is there a world record that we could potentially break at this table right now? That's what.
Where's the M&Ms, Ryan?
Yeah, get out the M&Ms. We're doing it.
I know you used to have a candy room in your old house.
Yeah, I did.
A candy room.
It was awesome.
Ryan, the adult, had a candy room.
It was for,
business. So it was just a room filled with various like event stuff, and like one whole wall was just different candies and stuff.
I love it.
We do like make your own candy apple events. So people take a caramel apple and they dip it in different candy. Pre-COVID, man, that sounds like a crazy thing to do.
Yeah, right.
Because everybody's using the same bowls. All right, 10 world records to break while you're stuck at home.
So he had the goggles and the snorkel as well.
Oh, yeah, the goggles and the snorkel. Of course.
Well,
I mean,
you would look like an asshole just wearing the fins. Look like a total idiot just running around with it.
Practice, man. 15 seconds.
15 seconds is quick.
Not bad.
You ever try to run with fins on?
Yes.
You basically are about to die.
You ever try to jump a hurdle with fins on?
If you ever tried to jump a hurdle, ain't happening. Ain't happening.
So apparently there's a world record of how many socks you can put on in 30 seconds.
Okay.
So how many socks do you think you can put on?
Is it over the previous pair of socks?
Yes. If you do one more, if you put this many socks on one foot in 30 seconds, what do you think the current record is?
30 seconds.
43.
28.
Sean's dead on.
What?
28. So if you can do 29 socks.
Hey guys, I cheated. I hold the record.
Oh my God.
You're looking at it right now. Yeah. And he just has a big old club foot. Yeah. Like he currently has.
Hey guys.
Pile of socks on. Could you do it with that? You know those old lady sock put oner things where you just go like.
I don't know would that help you time wise though.
Well, but then you don't have to like stretch them out and put them on. And are we just talking like tiny socks? Are we talking once you get past a certain level, you've got some novelty socks going on?
I think what you do is you go 29, right? But you don't put them on the full way. And then in one foul swoop at the end, you just pull them all up. Am I crazy to think that might work?
No, you have to put it's very
fully
specific.
on?
You have to put it fully on.
Are these crew socks or these?
But at the end, you would have 29 socks fully on.
I see what you're saying, and I don't even know if that would be faster.
Because I think you'd have a struggle getting like the whole
bring it all because you'd suddenly get stuck trying to bring them
going
all
around
to the top.
Going around the heel.
But is there ankle? Can we do ankle socks?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Are we
They're
talking
like
crew
business socks?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Business socks. So okay, tallest toilet paper tower in 30 seconds.
So how big does the base have to be?
It's one toilet paper on top of another, on top of another, on top of another.
Oh, it's
so
just a
going
single.
straight up.
We need high
30
ceilings.
seconds. This again seems doable. The number's only at 28 rolls.
Oh, so there's some guy that's sitting there putting on socks and toilet paper.
Because for the first
time,
he's obviously a tall guy.
Yeah.
But for the first few, like I feel like you could be double handing that.
Well, and
the rule on this one is you can only touch one roll at a time.
And are we talking
Okay.
about mega rolls where there's more girth, so it'd be more stable? Are we talking like Scott's? Are we
Does
talking?
not say.
Are we talking like industrial, like the paper thin toilet paper that's like a ring, it's a donut?
Here's an interesting thing, though. So, like, the guy who has the world record for that is like a world record whore. Like, I guess that's
A hooer.
he's
He's a hooer for
he's
the
a
record.
world record hooer.
Yeah, record hooer. Ryan, we were just talking earlier on the car over about how Ireland will just like skew
Words.
like insults. Like we'll have our own take on them so they don't sound as harsh. So like instead of whore, we say hooer. And instead of fuck,
World
like we'll say
record
fuck, but we also say
hooer.
feck.
Fake.
so this guy Silvio Saba
Uh-huh.
has 200 records.
Okay.
Because he's found all the like silly, goofy ones.
Yeah.
To do.
Actually, he is 201. He is the record for the most records. Huh?
I bet he doesn't though.
Yeah,
Like from what I'm reading,
Yeah.
like there's just people that this is what they do. They try to get all these. So some of his records are most eggs held in the hand, palm down. So I get your hands down. How many
Oh,
eggs
he's
can you hold?
palming
He's
eggs.
palming eggs. And 8 eggs, by the way, is the record.
that's
on
very.
that.
That's
That's
Is that
difficult.
one
That's-
hand or two?
One hand.
that's impressive. 8 eggs.
Are they hard boiled? That would make it way easier.
He also has most underpants pulled on in 30 seconds.
How many's he got?
16 is the record for that.
But-
yeah.
Most
I mean,
underpants pulled down or up?
up.
Yeah.
Now, okay, I think you can get that pretty easy if you're going with like, all right, first a banana hammock, then you got some boxer briefs, then you got, or briefs, then you got boxer briefs, then you got boxers,
No, I think you just do. I think you just do the fucking
one pile undies,
one the V, the little what are they called?
tidy whities.
Yeah. I think you just go the simple, the old ball huggers.
But I feel like after a certain point, you need some real biggins. You know,
Right, maybe, but maybe you'd have to figure out that point through trial and error. You know,
yeah. And
I say just go fucking tidy whities.
Well, you start with a thong, right?
that's a banana hammock. That's what I
Okay.
said.
Oh,
See?
okay. So start with a thong.
Yeah.
You
Start
bang,
with
you
thong.
bang out 5
Yeah,
thongs,
5 thongs, bam, 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 bam.
right, and then you move on to the tidy
Tidy
whities.
whities, bam, 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 bam. 5.
Right.
So that's 10 right there.
Right.
Then get some boxer briefs.
Because what I was picturing first was you going like thong, boxer briefs, and I'm like, well, now you're fucked.
No. You get like
So you want to do like 5.
yeah.
Okay.
So then you got like the strings on your, you know,
right.
and then you've got like a layer of the next one, the
Yeah.
tidy whites, and then you got the boxer briefs, and you know, then over the top, it's just like pulling a pair of shorts on.
It
You got
feels like
boxers.
it's like basically the world record for like jumping jacks or
Yeah.
crunches or
This-
so. You're like
this is
down
the-
up.
This is a world record of logistics of underwear. What would fit best?
There's a couple of these that is like the world record of autism would do real well here because it's like sorting colored balls with one hand. It's one of his records.
Oh my god! Sorting colored balls with one hand.
There's one that's fastest time to sort 30 jelly bellies using chopsticks by color. So
What
Yeah.
was that?
this one I feel like we could at least try.
Wait,
which
what is it? No, go to the
What's the number?
the Jelly Bellies one.
He did it in 22 seconds. Sorted 30 jelly bellies.
30 of them by color. I just beat his record. I had all red.
See, that's the thing.
I went to the store.
If they just gave you a bag and it's random how it comes out, there's a version of like a lot of greens could come out all at once.
Right.
So I wonder if they pre-set it up.
Also with chopsticks, like sorting it out. Can you just
are
like
you doing one, two, or
slide
just
like
meh?
boom? I just slid
Yeah.
5 green
Yeah.
off to the side.
And how
Yeah.
many colors are we doing?
Yeah, because there's a version of it like it's sorted.
Well,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
what
What do you mean?
happened?
To me,
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
sorted.
You
They are
just dump it
all-
out in a bag and it lands right, and you have a world
No,
record.
or you just go, well, they're sorted into jelly beans, not jelly beans.
Yeah.
There's a pile of
Over here,
nachos.
there's no jelly beans.
There's no jelly beans
See the
here.
ones over here? Not a jelly bean in sight.
Perfect, done. Jelly bellies, boom, there you go. What? Or you get stuck with the jelly bellies where it's like, I don't know if this one is toasted marshmallow or popcorn,
Yeah.
then you're like,
Do you automatically get the record if you're colorblind?
is this cinnamon or apple? God damn it.
Look,
Mouthful just
They're
takes
all
over.
gray. I win.
A dog is just like, great.
I will say this guy is mildly interesting though, because he has some athletic ones too. He has the highest jump with one leg.
Which is?
It's like 30 feet or something silly small, but he still has it.
Okay, because you just said 30 feet and then silly small, so I feel like
3 feet.
3
Oh,
feet.
I thought you said 30 feet.
Yeah, I was like,
The fastest coin stack. I don't know how many coins this one is, but it says it's 14 cents. So there's like ones we could do. I think we should set a record
Right.
and just screw over Sylvia.
And you know what we're going to do when we set that record? We're going to release the video on the Patreon, which you guys need to subscribe to. Legends of Pregame on Patreon. We're starting to fill up that dollar tier real quick.
Yep.
Oh, $3 tier.
tier.
Mm.
Yeah. Get in. Be an OG.
Yeah.
Get in there on the ground floor. Be a Patreon member.
Yeah.
We'd appreciate it.
If you have a cool record you think we could break,
Yes.
also let
That
us
is
know.
beautiful.
Yeah, do send us in legendsofpregame@gmail.com, or also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. The Facebook is a group, right?
Yes.
There's a Facebook group, Legends of Pregame. Legends of Pregame is the handle on TikTok and Instagram, and Twitter is of Pregame because there was too many letters for Legends of Pregame,
Yeah.
which of Pregame. I roll with that. That's pretty tight.
Twitter pretty good.
Yeah, it's the Twitter of Pregame.
There
That's
you
what
go.
it is. Well, I suppose that's as good a time as any to wrap it up.
There we
this
go.
This has been the Guinness Book of Records, Legends of Pregame episode, the legend of the Guinness Book of
This
Records.
is the longest podcast about dumb records that Guinness has on record.
Oh, yeah, we just broke a record doing this podcast.
Hell yeah.
Longest podcast on the Guinness Book of Records.
That wasn't actually about the Jared Lorenzen. We'll just leave it there.
All right. Bye.
Good luck.